Hello, good morning. Today I am doing a very quick video on the difference between intangible versus tangible. Let me explain with an example. Here is a glass painting that my son did as part of workshop almost a dozen years ago when he was barely 6 years old. During a school workshop, he produced this glass painting, not a great artwork. It's just something of a memory for the near and dear. So my wife always takes good care of this particular glass painting and always makes sure that she's kept it in somewhere, like she hangs it up on one of the walls, keeps changing the location of that particular glass painting. So that's actually an intangible value, right? Yeah, although it is a tangible, artifact, but it actually conveys only an intangible value, which is like only felt, only experienced, but not really, cannot put a number to it, right? I cannot auction that, right? I can definitely auction it, but only grandparents will be buying it, right? You get the idea. So many a times, the reason why I'm actually talking about this is many a times we want tangible output and outcome in our life, but many a times in order to create something tangible, we need to make sense out a lot of intangibles where we cannot exactly put a finger on it actually. So this is what happens a lot during change and transition. By the way, I'm somebody who has written this book called Will Skill Chill Clues for Overcoming Your Transition Blues. So I'm somebody for the last 20 years done a series of both career changes as well as life changes. So I know many people go through a lot of changes, but then not many probably take time to understand what really is common or different as you go through those changes. You know, what really happens within you in terms of like making better sense out of the difference between the intangibles that are inside versus tangibles that we need to actually produce out there in the world. So many people may do it in an automatic way, maybe intuitively, but when the scale of change is really big, maybe there is an option, or there is a real requirement also to pause and look at the tangible versus intangibles. So actually I'm trying to just express my commitment that having done a series of change and transitions as well as wrote a very reflective book on your own sense making, because right now in the lockdown also, if you just go and look around, what kind of social posts do you find mostly? People are either sharing this art and craft that their children are doing if they're married. If people are individuals, bachelors and all that, they may be doing culinary stuff. They may be doing some musical instrument, something that they're actually creating. I mean, something like an experience that they're undergoing by trying something new, but it's often an intangible thing that they are actually experiencing, but then they somehow try to share that. How much of it is valuable to the other person, I'm not actually, it all depends on how the other person relates to this person, but I'm only focused on the other person, the person who actually experiences something unique or something new during their own coping with the change process actually. And right now we are in one such process, and I have gone through many series of changes. So my own sense making with respect to small and big changes is relatively high. So I can further enhance one's own sense making, because it is the intangibles that actually pave way to create your own tangibles. This is what I sincerely believe in, and this is what I sincerely wanted to express. Through this sharing, I'm expressing my own sense out of this, as well as expressing my own commitment that I can support somebody else to actually make sense out of their own intangibles versus tangible stuff during a difficult change. You can always look up www.lifebuoyant.com. Once again I repeat, lifebuoyant.com, to understand what is my whole commitment. Thank you very much. Have a great week ahead.